men's individual compound archery semi-final action here at the Asian Championships at Dhaka, Bangladesh. And we have an all-Indian affair in this first match.
Is going to be starting in the semi-final match. In target number 1, Mohit from India.
Just 19 years old in his international debut.
Verma from India.
And Abishek Verma, 32 years of age, world ranking of 6 at the moment.
This match is Suadrifat Sanjit.
Well, Mohit is a very interesting case. He finished just 16th in the qualifying, score of 695, but in the matches he's had fantastic form, scores of 149, 148 and 148. Pretty amazing scoring there. And in that 1-8 elimination, he faced Choi Yong-hee of Korea, the top seed, and beat him in a shoot-off 10-9. Brilliant stuff from the 19-year-old. And then Verma on the other side of the equation, who's on target number 2, has had good wins, whereas he's scored very well as well as he starts off this match in this end number 1. Verma's scores have been 149, 150, the maximum score, and then 149 in his quarterfinal. So Nicky, in his 3 matches, has only dropped 2 points.
Yeah, I mean, Verma is a very experienced archer on the circuit. Good success this year as well, so yeah, he's on form.
9.
It's that commentator's curse right there.
Yeah, he won a silver in the World Teams Champs, didn't he?
10.
Earlier this year.
Yes, he did. And he also won the World Cup in Paris this year, the 3rd stage of the Hyundai World Cup, taking the gold medal.
10.
So Verma and Mohit are 2 very good archers. This fellow here, very hot streak of form at the moment.
9.
And we're going to end up with a tied score after the first end. Yeah, when I was doing my research on Mohit, I didn't really find much, I've got to say, Nicky, on this young fellow here. So he's starting to get some tongues wagging.
Yeah, you know, this is come out of lockdown, and we don't know who's out there. Been out there training hard in the background, and now starting to see these new faces come out on the circuit for the first time. So yeah, really exciting.
Well, that win in the 1-8 elimination must have been spectacular for him, beating Choi in a shoot-off 10-9, the top seed. Remember, he only finished 16th in the qualifications. Not often you see an archer ranked that lowly take out the top seed in competition play, but Mohit wasn't overawed, it seems.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that match can be really difficult though. First seed against the sort of 16th seed, and to be fair, even though you ranked 16th, 695 is a reasonable score. You know, it's not a bad score at all, and he showed that he's capable.
Yes, indeed. So 29 plays 29 after the first hand. Now Abishek Verma to start the second end. He's a good archer, this fellow. Remember, he also won the gold medal in this event 4 years ago.
So there's very different styles being used between these 2 archers, both using handheld releases. But watch Verma, his thumb on that release aid, smooth action, whereas Mohit is kind of punching the trigger. So watch his thumb, all of a sudden he makes a movement, and instead of seeing that lovely alignment that we see from a lot of archers where the shot kind of breaks, we see a very different movement from that back arm.
Looks like it's grabbed the line, so Verma will sit down after the second end. 58.
10.
In fact, they've only scored out a 9-star at the moment, but Mohit finishes with a 10. Now we just keep an eye on that last arrow there. may find himself on 59. There's the technique of Mohit. So we're just waiting for those scores to be ratified, and yes, you can see that score ticking over to 59 for Verma, which means it looks like he's got the perfect 3 from 3 in that end.
After 2 ends, target number 2, Abishek Verma is leading with 1 point.
So yes, Verma leading now by a point, all confirmed, 59 to 58. Still plenty of arrows left in this semi-final. First of 2. Mohit to go first in the third end.
10. Maybe 10.
How similar it was to the last arrow that was under forensic examination in the last end.
Going for the liners here, isn't he? But looking more solid. So that reaction as the shot breaks, his front and back arm just breaking apart from each other. Nice balance through his shot.
9, maybe 10.
Well, that was excellent archery from Mohit. Looked like 3 10s there. A long hold for Verma. But there's no doubt about that third arrow. So we'll just keep our eye on that first arrow of Verma in that end. And also maybe one of the arrows from Mohit as well. So Verma potentially maybe on 89, maybe 88, and then we've also got Mohit possibly on 88 as well. That first arrow of Verma has been upgraded to a 10, so he goes to 89. That was all confirmed now. Which means we possibly could see both archers shooting perfect ends in that third end of the match.
The score is target number 1 is 80 and target number 2 is 89. So target number 2, Abishek Verma, is leading with 1 point.
So yes, brilliant archery there from both of them, Nikki. Both perfect ends.
Yeah, really good standard here.
Well, Verma's on 89 out of a maximum of 90. He's only dropped 1 point in the contest so far. That was with the second arrow of the first end. Oh, it's dropped just to 2 points.
10.
You could see him pulling that front arm across, couldn't you? You could see he'd aimed too far to the right, but couldn't make a difference to it.
X.
Oh, now Mohit going for his... Oh, he just missed his 8th 10 in a row. disappointed he didn't get it. He had that disappointment written all over his face there as Verma. Last arrow of end number 4. And it's a beauty, the best of the match so far. So 118 will play 117. This has been tight. It was locked up after end number 1. Just a point in it since then. And the next 3 ends, nothing to split these two since the 4th arrow of this 15-arrow match. Wow, it's beautifully poised, a semi-final with 3 arrows to come. Verma's composure has been impressive. Very experienced, of course, and the young gun Mohit doesn't seem to be dropping his standards anytime soon. So, let's see where we head with 3 arrows to come.
Let's watch that release again, the differences. 9. Where that back arm ends up.
Well, Verma seems to be in a very good zone at the moment as he closes in on victory now. Last arrow here for Mohit. It's a beauty, but it won't probably, well, will it be enough? Famous last words from me, but Verma's form's been superb all the way through. Let's see if he can finish in style.
9.
Well, he can't quite, but it still will be good enough for victory. With Verma having a 2-point buffer heading into that last arrow, he'll drop back to having just a 1-point win, but he has secured victory with that last arrow and will go through to the gold medal match. And in doing so, put his compatriot Mohit, the teenager who's just 19, into the bronze medal match. But a great performance here from Abishek Verma. 147 to 146 wins the semi-final.
And go directly to the gold medal of compound man individual match.
Well, Mohit showed us a glimpse of his talent coming through. We're going to enjoy watching him come through the system in future years, but Verma just seemed a little bit classy, do you think, in that match, Nikki?
Yeah, it was definitely a match of youth over experience, wasn't it? And experience this time came out on top. Like you say, we're going to see more of Mohit, I'm sure. 19-year-old, first appearance to get on this stage. You know, it's a great thing to do. But yeah, you can see the differences in the technique, more of a puncher kind of style. But yeah, he's going to be one for the future, I think.